Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to Lake Atitlán. More precisely, I'm in Panajachel right now, which is actually the biggest city around the lake. So I've just arrived at my hotel, which is pretty cute. And I'm just going to show you in a sec. There's a rooftop terrace, so I can show you the view onto the lake. And here is the view if I do a 360. So you've got the volcano and you can just about see the water. So I think I found the beginning / end of the promenade. It's the view behind me. It's insane, this lake. And this lake is actually the deepest one in Central America. So I think it's 380 meters deep. So I think I'm just gonna walk along this promenade and enjoy the view because it's well worth it. I mean, there's docks coming up with like cool, colorful boats. So that makes some nice photos. These are some awesome bathrooms. It's like the graffiti on them. So it's actually quite hot in the city, but the second you're on this promenade, you get the cool breeze from the lake, which is so needed. So that was actually a relatively short promenade. So now I'm just going to head into the quite hot city to have a good look around. Luckily it's actually later in the afternoon, so it's not too hot. It's doable. So this is actually a junction, like that's a traffic light. They're just waiting, it doesn't look like one. This main street here is super cool. I'm hoping to find the market at the end of it. I want to buy some Mayan clothes to bring back home. I reckon that'd be quite cool. But this street is awesome. It goes all the way down to the lake. It seems like this whole entire street is the market actually. So there's so many stalls along the way. It's become pretty clear pretty quickly that this town is actually quite small. There's not much to do. Obviously it's quite a built up area, but that's not for, it's not really interesting. So it's why a lot of people spend their first night here to then further explore Lake Atitlán like later. That's a hat and a half. Bloody hell. That's good. Gracias, Dios. Oh, I was really tempted to get those shoes, they were so cool, but they were 20 quid and I was trying to think like, when would I actually wear them at home? And I just wouldn't, so. So I've just found out if you carry on from the market street, you get up to this bit up here, which is just kind of north, so the lake is south. And apparently down here there's good nightlife, but it's not dark enough yet. I'm just full on in the local life right now. There's not a tourist to be seen. I love it. Looks like I found the market. Awesome place. I found this little sheltered bit of the market, but it seems as if most of the stalls are closed because I'm a bit late. It's pretty cool down here. I was just walking through the streets and I seem to have come across this iglesia just behind me. 360. It looks quite old, but it looks really cool. I'm gonna go have a look inside. There seems to be something going on. I was having so much fun exploring. I have a feeling I've missed sunset, but I've still got a while to walk, so I'm gonna try and see if I can still see some colours down there. finally made it down to the lake. I mean, it looks stunning in the evening light, but the sunset is that way. You can see the lights. So there are some lights, but yeah, nothing much to see. But I mean, the view is still pretty awesome. It just looks so magical and peaceful with all the clouds. In the evening, I went to Cheros Bar where they make pupusas. Pupusas are originally from El Salvador and they are delicious. Essentially what they are, they're corn sort of wraps. You can have them corn or rice, you can normally choose. And then what they do, they put a filling of your choice inside. So you can see here, she's putting in the filling. It can be anything from chicken, it can be vegetarian, it can be a bit spicy, whatever you want. And they roll it in a bowl and then they just flatten it out and put it on the grill, and basically like you can put cheese in it and it will just melt out. It is honestly delicious. I'm actually really liking this t-shirt. I really like it. I have to wear it more often, but I came up here quickly before breakfast because I wanted to see the view again, because the view from up here is just absolutely incredible. Such a nice way to start the morning. This is my lovely breakfast. Got an omelette and a hot chocolate. Turns out it's actually a really cute place. It's actually linked to the other deli that I went to yesterday. So both delis go together, but it looks so good. Oh, I'm extremely full after that breakfast, but I've made it back to this viewpoint that I was yesterday, and it's so nice, like this time in the day, because it's not too hot. But yeah, now I'm gonna go back and get the boat to San Juan. So this is our lunch stop, just up there on the cliff.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour.
So there's been a change of plan. I've decided I'm going to go to San Marco, which is a super sort of cool, laid back, hippie city apparently along this lake, and I really want to see it before I go. So the only way I can do that is have lunch there, so skip this whole thing. So I just got off the boat in San Marco, and now I'm going to just walk through these little streets and try and find the nature reserve that's just up there. It has just occurred to me that I'm going to have to do this hike in midday heat. So I've got my litre bottle of water to keep me going. I'm going to have to just drown myself in sun cream and hope for the best. After coming out of those streets, I can really tell why they say this place is sort of like a hippie town. Also, a lot of people come here for retreats. There's loads of yoga, loads of meditation. Yeah, it's sort of feels very different to the other cities. So I'm trying to find this nature reserve to get to an awesome viewpoint. And this policeman just told me to go down here, but I'm really in the middle of. I mean, there's cool graffiti there, but I'm not too sure if I'm going the right way. Find out in a bit. I don't know if I've said this before, but the people from Guatemala are so friendly, always helpful. If you say hi in the street, they'll always smile back, say hi. It's really sort of welcoming people. These views just never get old. I've just come across a volleyball court. I generally have no idea where I am. Would not be doing this in Guatemala City, God. I reckon it's down here. Okay, keeps on going. Some more graffiti. There's a lot of artwork graffiti in this country, I've noticed. And they're all stunning. Found it. I've barely entered this park. I'm just on this little path and it is gorgeous. Look at that sea, it's just turquoise. I'm just on the edge of the rocks. So I've just perched myself on a rock. But I found the like trampoline, which is actually a diving board. It's just that little wooden bit there, so you can dive all the way down. Apparently it's 12 meters. So yeah, not for me. Look at the size of that cactus. Try and get perspective. Look at that. It's incredible. Just growing out the rock. So I've just finished up eating lunch and having my ice cream. It was so good. I'm waiting for my boat. The rest of the group are going to come along and pick me up basically, because they didn't spend the day here. So now I'm just going to talk over myself because I had to cut this video into two because it was actually too long. So the next part of this video will be me in San Juan staying in a homestay, experiencing the local culture, all of that. It'll be really cool, so check out that video, and until then I will see you guys in the next one.